So this is we need to have a 3-letter acronym, so it is DVT. So you can try to memorize that. So the inspiration for this, any of you watch the House series on Netflix or Prime? The medical series, anybody?
No.
Okay. I would urge you to watch at least one episode. It's there on both Netflix and Prime. So they do this thing there called as the differential diagnosis. How Dr. House gets the most complex of medical cases. So it's very, very interesting. And Hugh Laurie, the hero, who's the Dr. House, is a fantastic actor. So it's a very good series to watch if you have interest in medicine. This is one inspiration. The other is the IEEE 1471 standard for software architecture, now replaced by this 42010. It's called views and viewpoints that Kumaran used to teach. He still teaches that in the architecture domain. So we combine these both and come up with this new differential viewpoint technique, which could be more broadly applied and it could be very useful for us. So before I start, I want to play a short video. Whether I enable the sound or not. The sound on. Please watch this. The YouTube short.
Why do 99% of students feel productive doing absolutely nothing? Meet John. John woke up one morning, stared at his reflection, and declared, "Today I will be incredibly productive." But as he sauntered into the kitchen, he found a note stuck to the fridge. It read, "Today is a do-nothing day." Classic John. Now, instead of tackling his to-do list, he tackled a bowl of cereal. Staring at the note, he had an epiphany. Maybe he thought being lazy is a form of productivity. So John spent the day binge-watching Netflix, feeling oddly accomplished. By the end of the day, he triumphantly checked off one item from his to-do list, do nothing. And there you have it, folks. Sometimes doing nothing can be the most productive thing you do. So next time you see a note like John's, maybe it's a sign to take it easy.
So was that person productive or not?
Not productive. Not productive.
Not productive. Anybody thinks he was productive?
Unless he's having a tough work environment.
So that's what he says, right? It's a do-nothing day. So from his viewpoint, he did well. So even something like productivity is a viewpoint. So this is a humorous, and it turns out that point of view humor itself is a genre in humor. So this snip is from what is broadly called the point of view humor. Now you will see many comedians use that. They just switch the point of view and the same mundane thing will look very humorous. So this whole thing is called differential viewpoints, right? So when do you need a differential viewpoint? As always, please chat on the chat box so we can make use of this interactive model. Tell me when you need a viewpoint, in what situations, a differential viewpoint. You can post on the chat box.
Problem definitions and problem solving.
Problem definition and problem solving, okay. You could do that. Big decision, okay. Bala, yeah. I need one or two more. So decision has irreversible consequences. Oh, yeah, that's good. I just need one or two more so that we get a broader perspective. When we want to achieve something like next orbital kind of launch. Okay. Okay, so let's move on from here. Complex solution, okay, nice. Anything else? Solving problems. Okay. That's a good list. Let's see. So these are the things I collected. Completely stuck in a situation. Very good, Sandeep. So you feel stuck sometimes and you are sometimes emotionally disturbed, right? Something happens, maybe negative, sometimes positive also. You could get carried away with the overwhelmingly positive emotion, although that's very rare. Negative emotion taking us over is quite common. And the third thing, life somehow feels very comfortable and routinized. Even though you're not looking for a viewpoint, that may be a place where you may need a viewpoint. I think problem solving, right? Improving the quality of the outcomes, deliverables, that covers this problem solving thingies. And I think the orbital thing is generating ideas for innovation strategy. We could stick many more. You can say these are the top 5 categories where you may need a differential viewpoint. Now, the next thing I want to attempt is, this is my trainer, Muhammad Ali sir, as I call him. I have been training with him for more than 13 years now. He's brilliant. I mean, he has changed my life. So in the initial days, actually even now he does this, but when I go to the gym and lift weights, he will ask like, how painful is it? And I will say, sir, very painful. Or painful, or like, I can't do it, that type of thing. And then he will force me to calibrate that on a scale of 1 to 10. What is the pain? So if the pain is like 5 or above, he will stop. He will make me stop that and do something else. Over a period of time, as I have worked with him, he can sense what my pain level is from the facial reactions I have, or how the grimace on my face and things like that. But that brings to me one very important point in our thinking process. Can anybody tell what that is? Why is the scale thing important, and what is the regular thing we do? Something we do typically. When somebody asks, how are you doing? What do we say? So imagine that this is the situation we are in. How do you connect this to this painful thing? Okay, so in the interest of time, I'm going to tell you. Generally, we display what could be called a black or white binary thinking. It's painful or not painful. It's boring or not boring. It is good or bad. It is strategic or tactical. It is boring or not boring. So we tend to have a binary kind of thinking process. Now, I don't know why we do that, but maybe we have been brought up like that, or the environment is like that. I don't know. So Ali sir's forcing me to come up with a rating that has really helped me to think about many situations. Because let's say you are in an emotionally disturbed situation. And let's say you are emotionally disturbed on a scale of 1 to 10, 2. Would your actions be different if the rating is 7 or 8? Can you post on the chat box? What would you do differently? On a scale of 1 to 10, 2 versus 7 or 8. Emotionally disturbed. 10 is highest. You all want to answer? I thought that's a fairly easy question. Yeah, focus on the high scale situation more. If you got a, yeah, exactly. 8 means give more attention. If it's a 2, probably you can just drown a cup of coffee or whatever, something, and then move on, right? You can try to bury that. Okay, maybe it is not, I don't probably need to create any action. I will just see if that happens again. That type of action you could take. But if it is a 7 or 8, you probably would try to figure out what is going on and all that. So this scale is important. So this calibration on a scale of 1 to 10. So whatever is your feeling, situation, scenario, try to calibrate that on a 1 to 10 scale, and this scale will be different for each of us. My pain scale of 8 may be very different from your pain scale of 8, even though it is all 1 to 10. So over a period of time, by calibrating, we can develop an understanding of our own self, and we can do this with our team also. In the team also, we can say, hey, how difficult is this on a scale of 1 to 10? So you can develop some kind of a calibration mechanism that will allow you to figure out what type of action you should take. So there is a situation, we calibrated it, and we think we need to take action. So this is the sequence that we are following. Now, what is the difference between viewpoints and mindsets? We have talked a lot about mindsets in this program. Can anybody say what is the difference between viewpoint and mindset?
I mean, viewpoint is just a kind of view on any particular scenario or any kind of problem statement. That what is my view on that. And mindset is that if there is any problem, how I can overcome that. That actually defines that what is my mindset.
Okay. So is there, yeah, that's a good perspective. Are there any other perspectives?
So viewpoint is the how you are seeing a problem or what is your perspective is like a, how do you perceive something. So, when it comes to the mindset, it is a state of mind. It is what is your mind.
Hmm.
The viewpoint
Yeah.
is how you perceive others, outside world.
Very interesting. Yeah, I think Sandeep has also said real facts versus mental state. That's very good perspective. Any others?
Same thing, Sukumar. The viewpoint is how you are looking at the things. Okay. Okay. Mindset is your frame of mind. Right.
Okay, frame of mind. Okay. So I've thought a great deal about it, and I'm not very sure of this answer, but I will give it to you anyway. The mindset is a default viewpoint. If you think about it, think about situations in your life and what mindsets we display. I will give some examples as time goes on. But what happens is when you develop a viewpoint, right, that's you repeatedly practice that viewpoint, subconsciously it becomes ingrained and that becomes your mindset. Which is why children, since they don't have deeply wired mindsets, they may be more amenable to different viewpoints and so on. As we grow older, our mindsets start to become crystallized. This is what I've observed. I've observed this in myself as well as many people. You can think about it. If you don't agree with it, we can debate it later. So let me give you an example. Can anybody explain the situation? Read it, take 30 seconds, read it, and tell me what is going on here.
Is it a puzzle?
Sorry, it's a puzzle, yeah. You explain the puzzle.
Irma is a child,
Irma as a child.
infant
Okay.
or child or
Okay.
infant.
Or he might be carrying a bus pass.
You may be carrying a bus pass. Okay.
There is another analogy for this.
Sorry, Bala, what is that?
No, there is another analogy, like similar situation. I just get it that when we see a policeman buying something on the roadside cart, you usually see he is not paid.
He is not paid. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe Irma is a police person. Okay, that's a good point. Any other thing?
Or ticket checker.
Can be a dog.
Who says that?
Yeah.
Who said it's a dog?
Ajay.
Ajay. Okay, very nice. That is the answer. Now, why don't we think that at first? So this is a lateral thinking puzzle. The only way to solve it is to break your mindset. There are like literally, this is a puzzle that my wife designed. It's not available on the internet, but so my wife has designed, I have designed many lateral thinking puzzles. Try to solve lateral thinking puzzles, which expands your viewpoints and breaks your pre-existing mindsets. There are many like that. So what happened? My existing mindset is what? This Irma must be a human being. Correct. That's why we came up with the child, the ticket checker, the police. But it is very hard to come up with that Irma is a dog, because we just don't think like that. Because it has been given a human name, lulling you into believing that Irma is a human. So what happens is the default viewpoint that we have is not obvious to us. It is somewhere in the subconscious. This is why generating different viewpoints is very important for various reasons, as we have seen before. So now how do we generate these viewpoints? So for the emotional disturbance, there are many reappraisal and reframing tools from psychology, which we are not going to cover. In fact, Anbu does a good session called Tiny Shift. If we have the time, we can do that. When I'm feeling stuck and disempowered, I can do the fault mode to responsibility mode that I covered in my first session. Quality frameworks, different stakeholder viewpoints. In fact, in many software engagements, the NFRs are missed out because the NFRs are from a different viewpoint and we generally don't think about that. These days, we have improved on that. But in the early days of software development, NFRs were completely missed out by many software engineers. Generating ideas. We covered problem versus performance under supply. Problems come from an unmet expectations viewpoint. Performance under supply comes from an unimagined expectation viewpoint. If you're doing strategy, you can look at the strategy. You can look at your company's strategy through Porter's 5 sources, Blue Ocean, and soft matrix. So I believe that each of these frameworks give you the ability to generate different viewpoints and ideas. This is not an exhaustive list. So whatever problem you are trying to solve, wherever you are stuck, you want to do something, you have to choose the correct viewpoint framework for that. So I want to give you all a demo of this FRM agent. So let us do, and it has this viewpoint thing built into it. So let us do an example. So tell me a situation that you encounter in your team or in the company, in your personal life, anywhere. And let's see what this does. And you can use these agents also when you're stuck to shift from fault to responsibility. Can anybody give me a situation? It could be any project or situation, or even a personal situation you can give. Don't give anything confidential, but you can think of something.
I used to have it like in the past project, one team member used to be always late to the meeting.
Okay. Okay. And then you try to talk to that person, or what happened?
I spoke to the person, and it took me a while. He used to be busy with other stuff to work, and he always said that I'm busy and all. So finally, after some time, it gets sorted out. But this was there for quite a long time. Means always he joins the meeting, but always a bit late.
Okay. Spoke to the person, but the behavior didn't change. Can we say this? I don't know what this agent will do for this situation. Let's see.
That's
always the thing with generative AI.
Meeting classes.
Now, I think who said this? Bala, you said it, or Ajit said it? Who said
Ajit.
it?
Ajit.
So Ajit, so what it is doing is it's approaching it from your perspective. So if you have to shift to responsibility mode, this is what you could do. Hey, I'm unable to change this person. So this is a vulnerability viewpoint. Or in the past, this is learning. In the past, what strategies have encouraged punctuality in other team members? Has this happened with somebody else? Can I copy? Or has some other manager done this with that team member? Can I copy that? Or should I come up with some new approach, setting reminders, things like that? Right? Curiosity. I wonder how other teams handle. So this is a frame. This is a differential viewpoint.
Different viewpoint.
You are able to follow that,
yes.
right?
Right.
So any situation can be looked at through these 5 viewpoints, and one of them will click for you. It's possible that none of it clicks, but then you can push it. Say, hey, none of these ideas work for me. Can you give me more? Let's do that. I don't like any of these suggestions from the viewpoints. Can you please generate some other ideas using the same viewpoints? So it's given you some more ideas. So you can keep pushing your idea this, and it will give you a trigger. It may not give you the exact idea, but it can trigger new thoughts. So it is using this differential viewpoint technique.
Right.
Now I am not very sure. I designed this tool, but I'm not very sure that vulnerability, learning, creativity, gratitude, curiosity. These are the only viewpoints to solve this issue. So over a period of time, by researching, talking to people, and figuring out and understanding behaviors, I came up with these 5. So you could ask this tool, look at it from some other viewpoint, and it will generate ideas using that also. So you can use Chat GPT as a tool, this FRM GPT as a tool to generate viewpoints. So is this clear so far? Is it too fast, too slow?
It's clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let's go back. Now I'll give you some corporate C examples, right? I've given like probably personal examples. I'll give you. So in the managed innovation program I ran in Cognizant, I was the head of innovation. We came up with this: everyone must innovate. This was our slogan. But then we found that most people were not innovating. And the first response, whenever we, and I don't know whether you all experience this, whenever we think, hey, team members are not doing something we want them to do, we come up with something like this. It could be, I have heard leaders say our team members don't take ownership, our team members are not creative, our team members are not X, whatever, right? Now it turns out that this itself is a viewpoint. This is a erroneous viewpoint. Biases and prejudices that we have are also viewpoints, erroneous viewpoints. This is a fundamental attribution error. When other people do things that we don't think they should be doing, we attribute it to who they are. We make it into a quality attribute of that person. In fact, the FRM agent uses this fundamental attribution error as one of the ways to diagnose whether somebody is in fault mode or responsibility mode. Now, this could be, what do we do now? Okay, they are not innovative, so we will train them on innovation, right? That could be one approach. But then we went back and talked to them and asked, hey, why you are not innovative? Which is looking at what their situation is. So it turns out, majority of the times, human behavior can be explained by their situation rather than who they are. And we tend to attribute it to who they are. That is why the fundamental attribution error occurs, and which is why we make many probably incorrect management decisions. But instead, if we do, now how do we find out their situation? You have learned an important technique in this program to find out their situation. What is that technique? Can anybody connect the dots? Kumaran covered it. That's a hint. How do you find out about that situation? What is a fractal micro skill that you learned that you could use? Sorry?
Is it Arlet?
Not Arlet. Kumaran covered one more topic. He did cover Arlet.
Fox.
No. Fox is something that I covered. Kumaran covered something else. Okay, it starts with a C.
For the curiosity, CQ.
Ah, very good, Srinivas. Yeah. CQA. So you can do a CQA and figure out what the real situation and take action based on that. That's how you can beat the fundamental attribution error. So what did we do? And I think I covered this barriers to innovation in my first PUX thing. So when we talk to people, we realize that this is how our people were thinking. These were the real barriers as they were thinking. Now the barriers to innovation itself happens to be a viewpoint. It is kind of real, but it is not real. So if you shift to responsibility mode, you can fix this. But we learned that through, so Medini just joined. Welcome, Medini. So this is what led us to actually make a lot of progress in getting people to innovate. So this is an example of how shifting the viewpoint can change your management decision making itself. So let's do one more humorous example. How many of you know who this person is on the screen?
He's from that sitcom, Seinfeld, I think.
Yeah, Seinfeld, yeah. Arguably one of the greatest comedians in the world. Definitely he'll be in the top 5 or top 10. So I am a big fan of Seinfeld, and I was listening to one of his stand-ups, and he was saying, this is the point of view humor, I think, right? So he was doing, hey, gold medal is good, bronze medal is okay, but the silver medal is I don't like because it suggests that I am the world's #1 loser. It was like hilarious. Like, I mean, it is true, right? In some ways, because I came second, right? I am amongst the losers, I am the first. So that's a viewpoint, and it makes for great humor. And I was thinking about that, like, wow, this is really funny. But then it turns out that this is actually true. I learned this from Professor Laurie Santos' course on the science of well-being. I urge you all to do this course. It's on Coursera. It's free. It is considered to be the most popular course on the Yale campus, done by this Professor Laurie Santos. It's about happiness, well-being. It's a brilliant course. So in that, she shared some research that says silver medalists are actually unhappy. Now that you have gone through this viewpoint thing, can anybody guess why would the silver medalists be happy? It turns out gold medalists are happy, silver medalists are unhappy, the bronze medalists are very happy. What could explain that? And think Olympics, right? Think the highest level of competition. Just so this becomes easy to think about. Why would the silver medalists be unhappy?
Because they are very close to that gold medal, but somehow they are not able to break that part.
Correct. That's correct. So what mistake are they making in thinking? Instead of feeling good that in the world they are amongst the top 3 or top 2 athletes or whatever, sports people in whatever sport they are contesting in, they came world #2. That should count for something, but they are unhappy. You are right. They missed the gold by probably a small margin. But why would that make them unhappy? The hint lies in the bronze medal people are much happier, which is difficult to explain, right?
Because bronze medal, they're kind of the top, all the loser, right? The top of the list on that. When it comes to silver, this is between gold and bronze.
Probably
Yeah,
the comparative recognition and the whatever that like audience, they all focus are only on gold medalist.
Yeah,
So
gold medal is happy, I can understand.
Yeah.
What explains the bronze medalist being happier than the silver medalist? And the silver medalist being unhappy?
The gap is
Madhini.
too high for the bronze medalist. I think it's either a medal or nothing at all. So getting that in itself is a big thing for them.
Correct. So very correct. So the bronze medal is comparing them against nothing. Hey, instead of nothing, I got bronze medal. I am super happy. Now, what is the silver medal doing? You are all more or less there. I think one last bit, I think you will get the correct answer.
I have one answer for bronze medal. So if there are like around 15 athletes running, so one who gets bronze, he will be the top of the rest of the people, like unlike
we kind of hear our echo from you for some reason, Sukumar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, it may be.
I think echo is coming from the other lines actually. Somebody else was speaking. I think something.
Okay, so is it from my line, the echo?
No.
Okay. Okay, whoever was speaking, can you please repeat? Bronze is the first amongst, what were you saying? 15 people, I didn't quite follow. Can you please repeat?
While like 15 athletes run, so bronze people will be more happy because they are the next like top of all the 12 people.
Yeah, correct. Agree.
So that makes them happy that they are still in the race.
Yeah, that's kind of what Medini said, right? Their comparator is nothing.
Gold and silver are neck to neck, and there might be a acceptance, they feel bad, to accept that they have lost. They don't think about rest 13 people. They think about only they two are running, and they feel upset.
Yeah, correct. So there is a lot of psychology behind it, but the short answer is they are choosing to look at it during using an incorrect viewpoint. Instead of looking at it as, hey, I came world number 2, they are thinking, hey, I missed. They are comparing themselves with the gold medalist and coming up short, which makes the silver medalist unhappy. This is a proven fact. You can even see this in the Olympic when they do the medal award ceremony. You can actually see this phenomenon. You closely observe next time. Anyway, the Olympics is coming up, so you can observe this. So again, this is a viewpoint thing. We tend to choose the incorrect viewpoint, and that affects us. So
Because
something to bear in mind.
the human tendency is default mindset is to top the group, right? And anybody second, they feel that, okay, I lost by a small margin. I could have.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm saying that is an incorrect viewpoint. You could look at it as, hey, I came world number 2.
Right,
Instead of I am the world's number 1 loser, like Seinfeld put it.
Sukumar, I think I have a different viewpoint here. So I think the number 2 should think like he shouldn't be content with number 2 question. He should always look forward for number 1. Unless he is unhappy, he will not try for the number 1.
That is true. Okay, that is a very complicated thing, Ajay. You are right. See, that's a different thing. Right now, whatever I have achieved, I can enjoy, and then see later, reflect and see how I can get the gold medal. See, this is about, we are talking about right now in the moment. You guys don't see the paradox here. Technically, what we would have logically, rationally, what we would have expected. Order of happiness. Gold first, silver next, bronze third. That's how we would have expected the world to be sorted out. But it turns out the bronze medalists are sometimes even happier than the gold medalists. So it's more like gold and bronze on top, silver below. This is the paradox here. Anyway, you can think about it. It's an exercise in viewpoints, actually. That's why I brought this up. So now, let's say you say, I don't have this much time, right? Oh, viewpoint, framework, this is all too much. I don't have time. What is a shortcut that you can all take to collect the viewpoints? It's an easy answer, actually. One that we routinely use. What can we do? Sorry?
Asking for second option.
Life is like that.
Two people spoke at the same time. Sorry.
I don't know if this will up. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
Need to drop off. Okay. Guru Raj.
I don't know if this will apply always, but whatever viewpoint gives us happiness, whichever you feel good about it, just go with it. Just choose that viewpoint.
Yeah, okay. So when I say shortcut, I mean, I don't want to sit and think about viewpoints, but I still want to get the benefits of viewpoints, multiple viewpoints. Come on, people.
Ask opinion of some of your close associates or.
Well done, Madin. Brainstorm with a diverse set of people. That's all you need to do. But then we don't get a diverse set of people that easily. We more or less think alike. So that type of, we fall into what is called as a group think, right? All of us think similarly. If you did that, you will not get the very powerful viewpoint. So brainstorming is a good thing. Hey, this is a situation, what can we all do? If you have a sufficiently diverse group of people, which is where you can bring people from other departments who don't have any bias or baggage or anything, that might help you. But then, how do I know that I did the differential well? What is a simple test that you could adopt to know that you are thinking, you found the correct viewpoint?
You might have saved the cost by with your idea. Yeah.
You can save the money with your idea. Okay, that's a good one. But how can I test? So even before idea means I have to execute all that. No, even before that, I finished the differential viewpoint exercise. How do I know that I have actually done well? That differential was good.
The initial decision option would have been changed. What's that?
That's a very good perspective. Very good, Bala. Anything else? Can you broaden that perspective, Bala? initial decision has changed. Because we don't always need to do differential for decisions alone, right? We are generating ideas, we are solving problems, we are doing emotional things. So broadly speaking, how will you know that you are on the right track? Can somebody else give one more perspective and I will reveal the answer?
We'll have
Based on the
alternative
results?
solutions kind of thing.
Sorry?
Alternative solutions. or
Alternative
options.
solutions, okay. There was somebody else trying to speak. I think both of you spoke at once.
Can the results, if you're getting a better results, probably.
Can you get a better result? Yeah, then you will know you did well. Yeah, very good. This is the golden rule. If you don't find any gap, right, something, you are all alluding to this, I believe, because if your decision has changed or you got a better result, something has changed. So if the differential viewpoint doesn't reveal anything new, that is a gap in your knowledge or approach or thinking, that means you didn't choose the correct framework. If it just merely confirms everything you're doing is correct, we are on the right track, then you haven't probably done the differential framework correctly. So it should compel you into a positive action. It should not force you back, oh, we did the differential, we all felt bad and we went back into our cocoons. If it is that type of answer, then maybe that differential was not done well. So it should propel you into a positive action. So think of this as the golden rule. If you are not, and you can have the same test even when you're having a brainstorming session. At the end of the brainstorming session, do I have something that compels me to taking action which might result in a better result? I don't know that. I cannot be always sure, but at least it puts me in a positive momentum. So I believe that's all I have. Now, what is this happily dissatisfied? What does it mean? Try to connect it to this viewpoint thing. Actually, one of my colleagues came up with it. It's not my own. I kind of borrowed it.
It is like you have your viewpoint, but still you are okay. That is not the contributor.
Don't settle for what you have achieved, but strive for something more.
Yes, correct. So if you are happy, if you are only happy, you will be not making progress. I am happy, I am contented. But if I'm only dissatisfied, I will be depressed, right? I cannot be always dissatisfied. So if I have both, I'm happy about what I have achieved, I'm dissatisfied about what I could do more. So the silver medalists could do that. They should be happy first. Hey, I got silver medal, big thing. Olympic silver medal is one of the biggest achievements for humanity, right? But so that's another viewpoint, right? This is like a twin paradox, whatever you want to call it.
There is one scenario I think most of you would have gone through this where you are happily dissatisfied. Okay. I'm making an assumption that most of you watch some movies. It is that feeling when you come out at the end of part 1, you are very happy and you're telling, damn, the second part is not there. That is being happily dissatisfied. You're happy with the part 1 and you're looking forward to the sequel. That is happily dissatisfied.
That's a good one. Like Bahubali part 1.
Correct. So you're very happy with the movie, but you're dissatisfied that the part 2 is not ready. We should be in that state of mind.
Yeah, that's a good example, Sukumar. Thank you.